Alright, so about like a year and a half ago, I went and did a video at a old abandoned house out here in Idaho Falls. And I found somebody that used to live there. Sorry, this is a little grainy. Said the place is haunted. I'm on my way to meet up with him right now. So let's see how this goes. I'm not really nervous. Well, maybe a little, because apparently it's pretty serious. All right, here we go. Let's check him out. All right, so this is Shane Loveland. Shane used to live in the house, so we're ready to go check out. So Shane, how old were you when you lived in that house, and from what year to what year?
I was raised in the house, basically. I've been going there since my mom was pregnant with me. And like I said, I was raised, I've got pictures when I was a little baby, all the way up till I was the last one to live in the house, and that was in 2006. That's the last people that lived in the house.
Wow.
And I remember we lived in the house when we moved back here from Vegas. That was in 1995, and then we lived there until roughly about 2001, 2002. And then we all moved out. My uncle bought the house and the property, and then I ended up moving back in 2006 with my wife and a friend of mine, Tim, and that was, like I said, we lived there for maybe a month or two, and we experienced a lot of paranormal activity when we were living there, and my wife was terrified of the place.
Yeah.
And I had multiple experiences, but I can't be scared of that house. It's been my family house. So, I mean, I have no fear of that house whatsoever, but I always have since I was a little kid, always had a deep built-in fear for the basement in that place. And I mean, I've been down there 1,000 times, but I've always had that tightening in your chest type feeling when even just looking down in there. And so it's just something that's never gone away. And there's, like I said, I've experienced my first full body apparition in that basement.
Really?
I have. It was of a maybe 10 to 12-year-old girl, and no characteristics, but I wasn't the only one that witnessed it. At the time, I had a friend of mine with me, and he commented on it before I even could say anything, and it was within reaching distance of us. So, yeah, I've had a lot of experiences at that property. And I mean, as far as I know, there's been no actual death on the property. But where some of the purposes of the paranormal activity, I believe, is my sister back in, I would say probably the 90s, mid-90s, early 90s, used to play with the Ouija board and had an obsession. I mean, she got to the point where she would for hours sit and talk to somebody alone. I mean, she had names and descriptions, and I mean, he got so upset, or there was so much of an obsession with her and none of us really knew at first if it was true, but my mom, she decided to test it out, and she said, okay, if your friend is real, who you're talking to, I'm going to ask it a question silently and see if he can answer it. And so she asked a question that she didn't say it out loud, and my sister said, "Can you answer the question?" And using I'm not sure what they call it, but it answered her question. Her question was, "What's my middle name?" And it spelled out Ray, R-A-E.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it would be impossible for my sister to know what she was asking me. So it was real, and we knew it at that point. And this gone on for years with her. And I mean, there's no better way to bring any activity to a place than with a Ouija board.
Yeah.
And I guess when my mom was a teenager back in the 60s and 70s, early or late 60s, her and her cousin in the same room that I had, my sister had, my mom had, my nephews have had even, she and her niece or cousin, something I think, was playing with the Ouija board back then. And I guess they had an experience of their own. They put it under the bed, and I guess when they went to bed that night in the same bed, that whole night they heard the Ouija board slamming up and down, up and down, up and down on the floor to the bed. And I mean, that's, like I said, just a handful of experiences that have taken place. And
Wow.
I've heard, like I said, footsteps and voices in the house. And I mean, it's like I said, this has been going on since the 90s, possibly earlier. So, and now where it gets more interesting, my sister, which was basically raised in there since she was 3 years old, just passed away 2 days ago. So if there's going to be a place for her to go and make herself known, it's going to be there with her only brother there too.
Wow.
So it's going to be basically an interesting night with those scenarios.
That goes without saying. Would you say that any of these spirits are malevolent, or
I've never experienced anything malevolent in that house, honestly. If there is, then it's never made itself known. The only experiences that I can really say that I've had have been what's the proper word I'm looking for? It hasn't been threatening. It's
Okay.
been almost comforting, if anything. I mean, footsteps going through, that's something you're going to hear from haunted houses, or it could be, and I mean, you can hear the difference between floors creaking. I mean, you got to think that house is close to 80, 90 years old. So, and I mean, you're going to hear wood creaking, but I mean, you can hear the difference between actual footsteps and a house creaking or anything like that.
yeah?
So, if you call footsteps malevolent, then yeah, but other than that, no.
So, the odds of finding something tonight, what do you think?
I would say pretty good.
Pretty good?
I would say definitely keep the recorders on.
All right.
I had an idea my friend brought up. He's been associated with that house. I mean, I've been friends with him for close to 25 years. And he gave me a great idea. The well in the back, behind the garage, there's been no other places in that property that have that kind of creepy type feeling place. And I mean, it's not a traditional well that you would think. It's got a cover, and you can see it out of the ground, and it's got a cover you open up, and there's a ladder going down, and it's the water pump that's down there. But I guess my grandfather, back when he was still alive, I guess he buried money and stuff on the property that my sister heard about. And me and my sister we looked real hard because we knew some of the places that we thought he would, but we never found nothing. But we went down in that well, and some of the feeling that you get down there is just insane creepy. But like I said, it's inaccessible at this point. You can't go down with a ladder or anything like that, or at least with one there. But we wanted to possibly take a string and lower one of our phones down there with the voice recorder going. And it's just some ideas, maybe not even tonight, but
Yeah.
for another investigation. But yeah, it should be something that should be done.
Definitely. All right. Well, you ready to have a blast of the past?
Absolutely.
Let's go check this place out.
All right, let's do it.
All right.